Okay, so we're holding Kufa Amid Aleph, the second line of Ashi. So yesterday we learned about 8 things that you can learn about Havdalah ala Kois, Kiddush ala Kois. So Rav Ashi says, Tamoy Pegamoy, what we learned yesterday, if somebody tastes the wine in a becher, which means that you cannot use the wine for something else. Once you taste it, you ruined it for a Kois. And the Koishel Bracha Tzarech Shir, and that a Koishel Bracha needs a shir or a revius, both of those reasons is Chadam Ilsil, is really combined. But it's like this, Vachikamar, if you have an exact revius, right, and you taste it, so therefore it says Vachikamar, my taima, tama begama, why when you taste the revius, when you take a drink from a revius in a becher, it becomes ruined for the Kiddush, or for Abdal Mishum the Koishel Bracha Tzarech Shir, but you need a revius. So when you drink from it, you don't have that shear. So the Rashbam says, if you look at the first wide line, if in the becher you have more than a revius, and then you taste it, and you still have a revius still left, it doesn't ruin it. That's what Rav Ashi say. Okay? Doesn't look like you're happy. But Taisa says, if you look at Taisa, maybe he'll satisfy you. Taisa says, Rav Ashi loy palik amerai de besamach. Rav Ashi really doesn't argue. Obviously, Shapi, he does hold tamei pagama. If you have more than a revius and you taste it, it's kais pagum. It's pagum. But what does he mean here? Rav Ashi is saying there's no raya from here. I could look at it this way, that the reason why Tama Begama is because you have exactly a shear. But really he holds Tama Begama, but there's no Rai from here. The Gemara says now, Rav Yaakov bar Idei kopid achatzva begima. He was makbid for Kiddush and Avdallah and Birchas HaMazon that he should not have a kais, a becher that was pogum. That means it was already tasted from it. Rashi says, the third line, Avalim Raizel, Lishtas Yayin. But if, in other words, for Kiddush, he didn't want to have a wine that was tasted. But if you're going to drink, let's say you drank 10 o'clock in the morning, and then 11 o'clock you decide, I want to take another zip, I want to take another drink from this kais. So you're going to say, it's pogum, I don't have to make a bracha. No. Avon writes the lishtos yayin, tzarech levarach paribri agafen. She'asa lanis min ha'olam hazeh b'lei bracha. Miu im ein lo eli yayin pogum mikadish alav. In other words, he says, if that's the only thing you have a becher that has wine in it that was tasted already, and that's the only wine you can make kiddush, but you have it's okay. It's when it says to cup it, it's a chatchila mashma. He makes sure to tell his wife, please bring me in a fresh becher of wine. But if that's the only thing he had, that something was tasted already, he didn't make kiddush on it, because he just didn't walk away. And that's the Rashbam says from the Lashon Kopit. Ravida Bar Shish.
The reviews can make Kiddush on?
No, you need shear. We just finished saying shear, right? Yeah. Right? But let's say you had more than a shear, right? And it was tasted. And now you still have a revius. Are you allowed to make the Kiddush? So that's Tamei Pagama. Rav Ashi wanted to say that if you have more than a shear and you taste it and you still have a revius, you still couldn't make it. There's no raya according to Taisus. Okay. Ravida Bar Shisha Kapit Akasa Begima. Oh no, sorry. So the first Rav Yaakov was Achatzva Begima. Achatzva is a
even a pitcher.
Even pitcher.
Using a pitcher.
Right? Even a pitcher. And the next Mandamar says only on a cup, only on a becher. And Mar Baravashi Kapit Afila Chavisa Begimta. Even on a barrel. No, you have a big barrel and you use some of it. Now, you didn't drink out of it. You must have taken it with another kais. Still, he didn't want to use the kais of bracha. He was machmer. Tana Rabbanan.
That's a lot of barrels.
Tana Rabbanan. Zachor es yom Shabbos lekachai. So when the Torah says Zachor es yom Shabbos lekachai, Zachrei al yayin. You have to have schira. Remember that the Shabbos kodesh on wine. So the Torah says Zachor es yom. Yom is day. Ain't li be yom. So, B'layla Menayin, how do you know Friday night when you come home from shul that you should make Kiddush? By the Gemara. B'layla Menayin. In other words, you're asking Akasha B'layla. Adarabah, Iker Kedusha B'layla Hu Kaddish. In other words, you're really starting off the wrong way. The daytime kiddush is really not the most important thing. The most important thing is the nighttime kiddush. So, in other words, why are you asking? You know day, but you don't know night. For the Gemara Adrab, Ikka kedusha b'laylahu kaddish. The kaddish tchilas yom b'ar kedusha. You have to be mekadosh the beginning of Shabbos. So it doesn't make sense.
Not referring to days, talking about the.
Well, that's what the Gemara is asking.
I understand.
And then it says v'su. You're saying b'layla minayin. The Brisa says, how do you know at night? And guess what? You bring in a pasuk. Talmud loymar zachor is yaim. So you're asking about night, and you bring in a proof. Oh, in the day. Tana Mahader Alayla. The Tana wants to know about night. Because Nasla Krad the Yamama, you bring in a pasuk of Yamama. What's going on here? So therefore, the Gemara says Hachi Kamar. You have to really explain it a little different there in the Brisa. Zachar Yemeshav Lekachai. Zachrei Aryai, which is obvious. Bichni Sasai. When Shabbos comes in, you have to make kiddush at nighttime. So Ein Liela B'Layla. So b'yominayin, that's the Brisa means Tamalay Mezachas Yom Shabbos.
Rabbi said yesterday actually that the morning kiddush isn't really a kiddush; it's really the night kiddush.
That's what exactly not the Rabbi. The Gemara says it right here. That the Iker kiddush.
There's no kiddush.
Well, you're saying that's what the Gemara says. Very good. Now for the Gemara now. Yeah. So the Gemara b'yoyim I mevarech. So if the Iker kiddush is at night, so during the day when you're coming and sitting down by kiddush, what kind of bracha do you make? Rabbi Yehuda, you make Bayri Priyagafen, even though we start off with Al Kain Beirach, but you just have to make a Bayri Priyagafen. That's why Hasidim on Shabbos morning they don't really take a revius of people are makbid. They take a little schnapps and we make kiddush. Where does that come from?
The Iker is Bar Priya Goffin, not schnapps.
No, if you're drinking wine, what do you make on it?
I don't know.
I don't know. But it's really not a kiddush. Because if it's really kiddush, what's we're asking? My mevarech. Anyway, let's not argue.
Okay.
Because I'm on camera. So the Gemara says Rav Ashi iklal mechuza. So Rav Ashi came to mechuza. So Amra lei. So they gave him covet. Likadish leimar kiddushay rabba. They asked him make the kiddush rabba. In other words, it was Shabbos morning. It's by kiddush, right? And they asked Rav Ashi to make the kiddush. So havalei. So they gave it to him. But Savar, he was thinking, my nia kiddush rabba. They gave me this honor, kiddush rabba. What should I do here? What's this kiddush rabba? Amrei Amar Mechdi Kol brachas kula bar piyagafen. In other words, every bracha you make when you drink wine, you make bar piyagafen. So Amrei Bereisha Amar bar piyagafen. He didn't start with a big kiddush like with Zechus Yevashav Lekacha, whatever. He just said. He started Bayri Pri, so nobody could yell at him. And the Agid Bay, and he dragged it out. So he was dragging out Bayri Pri, and he was looking around to see if somebody's giving him some direction. What is your Kiddush Rabbah you're talking about? So he looked around, guess what? Chazil Harisaba, he saw this Alta Yid, right? The Gachin, he bent over. Bishashi, he had enough of his rabbi making a lot of kiddush. He started drinking. So he saw.
Right now in our shul.
What?
They do that every time they have a kiddush.
So Rav Ashi saw. This man gave me that's only Bar Pri Gafin is enough, right? The green light. So Koran Nafshi Chacham Einav B'Rosh. Our problem in our shul is that people are already eating the kugel before the rabbi drank. That you can't do. If you look at Taisvis have a Gachin V'Shasi.
Don't have me in mind. Be all right.
The Taimar, how did he drink? How does Alti drink before the Kiddush guy? You can't taste anything until the Kiddush guy tastes. When somebody's making a moitzi with the piece of challah, you have to wait for the person that's botzeya, that cuts the challah, to be able to eat first, right? But it comes to drinking, so make sure you only drink, but don't start eating your kugel before the rabbi.
Did he make his own kiddush?
No, he was yotz. No, then his no.
Oh, he wasn't waiting.
Right, it says gachim v'shasa. He just drank, because he was yotzi with Rav Ashi's kiddush.
Before it was finished.
Right, so that's what Taisa says. No, he was finished, but he hadn't he didn't wait for Avashi to drink.
Right.
He drank on his own.
He finished the words.
Right.
He didn't wait for.
Can you eat the food before the rabbi finishes drinking the wine?
It says here, no, you're not allowed to.
Yeah, until he finishes drinking.
The whole wine, or
the whole koi.
You're asking so many questions now.
Well, no.
If you're back in the room, how are you supposed to know what's going on, right?
That's right.
So don't stand in the front, stand in the back, and you're okay. Okay.
You wait a minute. That's all.
Amrei b'nei Rabchia. If somebody forgot to make Havdalah Matzah Shabbos, So Mavdil v'hoyle b'chol Shabbos kula. He has the whole week, it says right now, to make Avdallah. Fighting more about Kama. What do you mean a whole week? You can't go a whole week. So Amrav Zera means Ad Revi b'Shabbos. In other words, till Tuesday. Not Revi is not Rashi. The Rashbam says 3 lines from the bottom. Not till, but Wednesday's not included. Ad b'chlal.
Tuesday Shkia.
Right? Avam Revi ve'elach gabi Shabbos haba mischashev. In other words, once Wednesday comes, Tuesday night comes in by Meir. If it's already considered for the next week, it's Fafala.
That's when people see people on Wednesday, they start saying Shabbos already.
Really?
Yeah.
They start the Wednesday.
Lunch on Wednesday.
Good. I never saw that. But what?
It's a chassid.
Okay. I mean, when the Shnars are collecting, they're saying, I need something for Shabbos,
That's
right?
exactly right. They gotta wait for what?
No, really.
Good. The Gemara says now, Kihad Yasser Rab Zer Kamed Rav Asi, V'Amalei Rav Asi Kamed Rav Yechon, V'Yasser V'Kamar, and he said, Le'enin Gitin, L'gabe Getin. What does that mean? In other words, the Rashbam says, Im Amallah, if the husband tells the wife, you know what, I'll divorce you, I'll manas, on condition shetitni li reish zus acha Shabbos. You want to get divorced? Give me $200 after Shabbos. Oi, al manas shetitni li koydem Shabbos. So when does she have to give it? When does she have to give that money? So also, Lenin Git, the Gemara says, Chad b'Shabsa, Trey v'Tlasa, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday means Basa Shabsa. If the husband says after Shabbos, she has to get, the only way to get K'bichal is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But Arba v'Chamishim Aryai is already Kamei Shabsa. That will only go in if the husband says, give me before Shabbos. So if he says before Shabbos, you can't give him the money on Tuesday. He can take the money, but he won't give you the get. So make sure to cover yourself up. Okay, good. So the Gemara, Rabbi Yaakov Baridei. Avoloi al. If a person forgets to make Avdallah, so we just said you have time for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but when you're making the Avdallah during the week, you don't make Bar Mareish. Favos. So the Rashbam says, the last line, yearly time adavar, the Rashbam on the bottom, before you turn over, Kedetanya b'makim shenagu, ein mevarchim ela b'leil matzah Shabbos. On there, you only make it matzah Shabbos. Why? That is when it was created. So if you forgot Avdallah, on Sunday, you only make Bar Psamim, not Bar Mareish.
And a guffin.
And a guffin, that's obvious.
So in northern communities where in the summer Shabbos is over in the middle of the night, you have to make Havdalah Sunday morning.
Why? For them, but for them is day. Whenever the Shabbos is over, that's their Matzah Shabbos.
No, he's saying the night goes.
Copenhagen is so far north.
It's
that
like
Shabbos
12
comes
o'clock
out
in
at
it.
2 in the morning.
And that's,
So you
that's
can't
that's
have
on the Shabbos
morning.
Right, but you're not up at 2 in the morning.
But that's when the day starts.
Seven.
That's
No,
Matzah Shabbos.
Sunday morning you make Havdalah.
It's not going on the Sunday with the name Sunday morning. We're going on when Matzah Shabbos in Copenhagen. Matzah Shabbos over 2 o'clock.
Up at 2 o'clock at
Okay,
night.
it's a practical thing.
What do you mean? They don't have Ma'ariv?
It's a good child.
I was in Belgium. 11 o'clock.
That's not
The
far.
streets are full. 11, 12 o'clock at night. Matzah Shabbos.
But it means the North Pole. You can't.
So what are they doing? Are they sleeping?
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
First of all, Alan, the Shabbos Shluf is not an hour. They have a good Shabbos Shluf. They're up, no
Maybe
worry.
Jews shouldn't live there. That's a problem, right?
Okay, let me get BAYT.
It's a good child.
What do you know about Copenhagen all of a sudden? You've been there?
He's the North Pole.
And you were sleeping. Oh, yeah.
So you're a great Dane?
Hanoitel Yadav. Okay. Hanoitel Yadav Le'yikadesh. If somebody, before Kiddush, goes ahead and makes the Netilas Yadayim, there was a minhag, but this guy makes the Netilas Yadayim, he cannot make Kiddush. What's that?
He doesn't want to lose
So
his,
you forget Kiddush, you start.
Right.
he doesn't want to lose his seat. So
I know it's out there.
first.
Why did he wash his
You
hands?
can wash it.
He just made Netilas Yadayim. Because sometimes there's a minhag, let's say, before Kiddush. There wasn't minhagim,
Yeah,
but he did it. So the Gemara says, Lo Yikadesh. He shouldn't make Kiddush, somebody else should make Kiddush. Right. Why? Because if he's going to drink the wine that he makes Kiddush, that will be a Hesach Hadas between the Netilas Yadayim and the bread.
When you
make
wash again?
Wash again.
No, we're trying to say without Netilas. Yeah, that's right. If he made Netilas Yadayim, he made a bracha. He doesn't want to wash again. He can make Kiddush because it's a Hesach Hadas, so therefore somebody else should make the Kiddush for him.
He can say Amen, right?
How's the answer on me?
He can say
That's
Amen.
fine.
You know what? Let's say you wash and you don't have salt. When you don't have salt. No, my grandfather said said, he didn't want to say salt. He said melech. Melech. That's okay. But if you say it in English, it's not okay. My grandfather used to scream melech, melech. Yeah, but if he said salt, it's the same thing. But he thought melech is okay, right? Okay.
Mottel, I think there's another reason. When he washed his hand, he was thinking probably to make a moitzah. And this is the reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that could be.
This is the reason.
So how do you have the Yaki Minhag to do that? Do mamash that?
There is a minute that people wash before Kiddush.
Yeah.
Wash first, make Kiddush.
Right.
So you should make Kiddush.
Right. So look.
Until it's dying, yeah.
You just want.
Right. Okay. Let's. You want to. If we have time, we could go through. You want to go through the Rashbam?
Maybe he could.
Right.
I don't know. But the wife is not supposed to make this because he washed his hands.
Okay, let's just finish. Say a few more lines. Amalei Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Bar Marsa Kataloi Noch Nafshi de Rav. In other words, Rav didn't even pass away yet. In Shechardinu L'Shmaita, and you already forgot what he said. Zimnan Sakin have a kamin de Rav. We were by Rav. Zimnan the Chavivel of Rifta. If he liked a piece of bread, it was more chashiv. So he made kiddush because Rifta. He did the Ital Zedayim, and then he made kiddush. Zimnan the Chavivel Chamra. But if you like wine, Mikdash Chamra. Right? So what do you see from here? You see that a guy washes his hands, makes kiddush, and then eats his bread. So why isn't the kiddush a hefsek?
Right.
So you see it's not a hefsek. So therefore, too, with the wine, if you wash before the wine, even though you make kiddush, it's not a hefsek. That's what he's trying to prove.
Maybe he didn't have wine,
What's that?
so he made kiddush on the bread.
Right. So what you're saying now is like the bread is there on the table. You're saying so. Therefore, no hesach
He had a
hadas.
choice.
So
Gemara was saying,
Assuming he had a choice.
sometimes he was in the mood for this, and sometimes he was in the mood for that. So he made kiddush on bread, or he made kiddush on wine.
okay, let's read the Rashbam, the Chaviva Le Rifta, the sixth wide line. Shaya Rav. Let's say a guy is hungry and it's a fresh piece of challah. So you know what he's going to do? Mikdash Arifta. He's going to make a kiddush on bread. Alma, we allow him leiboini tilach rita. Once even though he made kiddush, it's not a hefsek. El mikar mashiyada. A person's making kiddush on bread, he should wash his hands. V'achol nama the kiddush. Alma kiddush alachan netila lechashiv hesachadas. V'chein hilchasa the misha not liyadav kaidim kiddush ain't sarach lachsa v'lit l'racha kiddush. V'lo yafliger abanon bei mikdash Arifta l'mikdash achamra. It doesn't make a difference if you're making kiddush on bread or on wine. If you make the Netilas Yadayim beforehand, that's not a hefsek. The kiddush is not a hefsek, right? Miluchatchila moiskin, you should pour the wine v'achar night in the Yadayim. Beisil misachlas brachas. Umid Rav Shaminan shemikachin al pas. That you could. From here we see that you could make kiddush al pas, right? But on Avdallah, you can't make Avdallah on pas. Okay, you can make it on beer.
Or in the morning, yeah.
Okay, back to the Gemara now. Amar Afuna Marav, Tom Eina Mekadesh. If a person eats, let's say Friday night before Kiddush, he ate something. Something was on the table, and he ate. Could he make Kiddush? No. In Tom, it says Eina. He gets punished. Eina Mekadesh has to wait till the next morning, right, to make Kiddush. So Gemara says, "Boy, what's that?"
Is there a halacha like that?
No, we'll see right now. The Gemara says now, how about if time to make Abdallah and the person eats something? Could he make Abdallah or he has to wait till tomorrow morning? Right? So even though he tasted, he could make Abdallah. Ravasi Amar Tom Eina Mavdil. The Gemara says, Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba Ikla Lebe Ravasi Ishtale he forgot, and guess what? Betam Midi. Right? And what happened? Havale Kasa, even though he tasted, he ate something, they gave him the Kas V'Avdil. Amalei Debisse, all of a sudden his wife says, but Vormale Avidhache, in other words, you don't do it that way. You don't allow somebody that ate to make Avdallah. Why'd you let him do it? Amalei Shafke, because he holds Kerebi Svirle. He holds like his Rebbe, and they allow it. Rabbi Yosef, Shmuel. Tom Eina Mekadesh. If somebody eats before his kiddush, he has to wait till the next morning. And Tom Eina Mavdil. Rabbi Rab Nachman, Shmuel. Tom, even though you tasted before kiddush Mekadesh, you could, right? And Tom Mavdil. Amar Rava Hilchasa Tom Mekadesh. Even though you ate before, Tom Mavdil. Umisha like kiddush. Be'er Shabbos. Mikadesh v'hoilech kol hayom kula on Motzei Shabbos. If somebody forgot to make Kiddush Erev Shabbos, you could do it till Motzei Shabbos, that day. Mishlei Hidul Motzei Shabbos, a person forgot to make Havdalah, Ma'avul v'hoilech kol Shabbos kula. What we said before was only Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Hameimar pasuk leilai shmaita derava b'hailishna. Amar Rav, just a few lines. Hilchasa tam mikadesh tam mavdil and mishlei kiddush be'erev Shabbos mikadesh v'hoila kol hayom kula mishlei hidul Motzei Shabbos. You don't have the whole week. He learned it mavdil v'hoila kol hayom kula. You only have the Sunday to make Havdalah. You don't have the Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Let me ask you, if it's not